Hi, I just would like to make this clear at the start. This is not my poem. It's a poem by Shane Hawley. I believe it's titled God Is, but I'm not sure. I don't have the actual title of it on the spoken word CD that a friend gave me of his. But it's one of my favorite poems of all time, and my goal of the summer was to memorize a poem, and so I memorized this one. So just to be clear, it's not my poem, and it's not necessarily my views, but I think it's a really great poem, and Shane Hawley is like my favorite slam poet of all time, so there you go. Anyway, okay, so this is a poem, I believe, that is entitled God Is, and it's by Shane Hawley. She calls me cold some Sunday, December morning to say that the roads are bad, so I should be careful. And I'm fully aware that we'll talk again later, which makes me want to hate her for how fucking clueless she is. See, God's the type of girlfriend who won't make you feel sorry for saying I love you 2 months before you meant it. Because she knows that you'll get there sometimes. Like the sometimes when she drops $20 on my apartment steps with a message to go spend it before the world ends. See, God's the type of broad with a sick sense of humor. Tells you who you wish that you were to tell you why she's glad you're not. And God is hot. Like Elizabeth Taylor at 23 or my stereo that someone stole and sold across the street. I guess it's because beauty comes in 3 dimensions and she's working on infinity, which looks pretty damn good to me. She's got hair that flows like Aphrodite. And she'll say that comparison's okay because that's the type of compliment she needed to hear today. And she's got ways to make you comprehend the value of Canadians, because maple trees and hockey teams are more than what they seem. And God's got dreams that never start or end with me, but always work me in exactly where I'm supposed to be. She knows that breathing isn't always as easy as it looks, and that lessons often come in the form of comic books, because the line through good and evil is sometimes about as clear as your hungover reflection staring at you in the mirror. And God knows fear, like she created it, feels it in her inner ear as we teeter in our fall from grace. She spreads a smile across her face and grabs her catcher's mitt. I guess she isn't too particular about choosing a gender. She just knows I talk better to women than to men. And I don't understand why everyone gets so bent about whether or not their perfect savior's got a cock. She tells me it's a mystery, then just sort of waits to see if I'm gonna get the joke. It's funny. God is a hopeless romantic. She's the type of person who watches Blind Date and prays it all works out in the end, but still the tough love kind of sister who isn't interested in being friends when you're acting like an idiot. Because God's the type of bitch who refuses to take shit. She's pretty solid on what's right and wrong, and she'll spell it on your lower lip with 1,000 rounds of lightning bolts all loaded in banana clips. She lets her tears drip in the rain, improves orgasms with her name as she is in straight edge. But the only drug she does is hurricane. And God knows pain, from 9-inch nails that Johnny Cash drives home in baritone. She wants to tell you that if you're ever lonely, that you're not alone. And if you ever need to talk, you don't even need a telephone. Just call out her name. She may not answer right away, but she's listening all the same. And I know what some of you are saying. Impossible, mythology, and if God is going to talk to me, she owes me an apology. And I know what it's like to be skeptical and angry. So some of you may not believe, and maybe I don't either. But if God is the girl I hope she is, then I can't wait to meet her.